Hey on the channel, we're back out with another Super 7 Ultimate unboxing and review. And today we got the latest and greatest from the Thundercats with Snarfer.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Ultimate Thundercats unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Snarfer. What? No, I didn't sneeze. It's his name, Snarfer. Come on, Todd McFarlane from the couch, interrupting. I'm trying to do my opening spiel right here, Todd. But of course, for all your Super 7 Ultimate needs and everything else under the sun, make sure you hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Gotta get a deal out there. And Snarfer might sound like I'm sneezing, but of course we had Snarf before, Snarfer again. Here we go with another wave of Thundercats. But gotta be honest, just like I said with Snarf, gonna say the same thing about Snarfer. Not sure I see the $55 value in this one here. Now in this same wave, we have Young Lion-O. I really feel what they should have done is put Snarfer, Young Lion-O into the same pack, make it $75, let's say, instead of $55 a piece. Make that like a deluxe figure with those two littler figures in there. I think we could stomach that price point a little bit more. Unfortunately, they did not do that. You could say the same thing for Wily Kit, Wily Cat. Would have liked to seen them together for $75. Because it's wild that, you know, a regular size character is going to be the same price as this one. I get it, it's the total budget of a line, I get all that kind of stuff, but man, very hard for me, at least personally, to stomach $55 for this one. But apparently I stomach it just okay. I spent the money on it after all. But it is what it is. If you're completest of the line, you got to take some L's every once in a while to get those sweet, sweet W's. But one thing we know we're going to take a W on is how we do this review. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, but really going to be hard to justify $55 on this bad boy here, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be some fuss inside there. We'll find out very soon. We got Snarfer in the package right here from Planet of the Snarfs, of course. The Planet of the Sneezes. Oh, funny one, Todd McFarlane. Thundercats down here, Snarfer, of course. Usual packaging style. No slipcase cover, no outer box, nothing just like this. Now, nothing on the sides, on the back. Got a little bit of War and Peace back there. And beautiful artwork of Snarfer. Just looks like a stuffed animal I'd have back in the 80s or something when I was a little kid. Snarfer escaped cataclysmic events on Thundera. Snarfer and the other surviving Snarfs sought refuge on a new homeworld, which they named the Planet of Snarfs. Very original. Snarfer would later join his Uncle Snarf on Third Earth and be inspired to join the Thundercats. Despite his small stature, he proves his worth through unwavering loyalty, bravery, and technical expertise, solidifying his place among the Thundercats. So shout out to Snarfer being a team player. Shows you just the smallest of people, the smallest of creatures can do big things. How about that? Never give up. See you later. Goodbye. Like Craig Hodges at the three-point line. Of course, we all remember Craig Hodges got dumped by the Bulls, had to be on the All-Star team for the three-point contest, and he had to wear an NBA jersey. We'll never forget that for Craig Hodges back in the day. Never quit, Craig Hodges. And there it is, old Snarfer in the package. $55? I don't know on this one. It's a tough one to justify here. And a lot of people say I justify more than most. And I think I'm just being a little bit more realistic. And at the end of the day, you can justify a lot more if you enjoy it. And that's one thing about this channel that I think maybe some other channels out there maybe review stuff they don't like. I'm not going to bring anything in I don't like. If I get something, especially if I work way too hard for my money, let me tell you. If I pick something up, it's because I like it. And very, very, very extremely small percent of the unboxings we do on this channel pay out as far as to, like, I got paid for the figure. That's just YouTube work, monetization-wise and stuff. You don't break even. There's no world that I'll ever get $55 from YouTube for this figure. So I'm buying this with my own money because I do enjoy that. So obviously, if I'm going to be losing money, making money, or whatever you want to call it, losing money in this instance, I better enjoy the figure. And that's exactly what I do. I enjoy the Thundercats line. I enjoy the characters. I just wish from time to time things would go a little bit different with all toy lines for sure. But But there it is. See you later. Goodbye. And let's get down to business. Snarfer business right here. And I guess we'll start with these little hands. He's got 2 gripping hands out of the package. We get 2 fully splayed out hands going on right here. We get a hitchhiking hand here, of course. Traveling the galaxies trying to find Third Earth from planet Snarfer. We get the thumbs up hand right there. And then we get another splayed out hand. And I guess it's a little bit different. Not terribly different, though. What doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. These hand selections sometimes. And then we do got the Snarfer what you gonna do, brother hand. So he's gonna let you know, like the old Hulkster back there. So we got a lot of hands there for Snarfer. Now diving into a few other things that we got going on. He does got this little effect piece here in blue. Looks really nice, and I guess it does connect to this little can. I don't know if it's supposed to be an oil can, a water can, a mister. Does he get hot and he has to spray himself like an old person at the fair or something? Oh, it's so hot, I got this. It's going to mist myself. Maybe that's what that is. Who knows? What? What? Oh my gosh, Todd McFarlane on the couch. What? Ah, he says it's Snarfer piss. Snarfer piss? Is that the technical term? That's what he says. It's Snarfer piss inside here. And they spray it to... What? This is wild. They spray it around the house to keep bugs away. Is that true? Can somebody fact check that, Mark Summers? Mark just shrugged his shoulders. He didn't know anything about it. You don't know Thundercats, do you, Mark Summers? Didn't think so. But apparently this is just loaded up with Snarfer piss is what's inside here. And just keeping the bugs away, I guess. So the more you know, you'll learn a lot on this channel, for sure. Or you get dumber. I'm not sure. One or the other. Do get a little wrench right here. You know, he's working. He's very good at technology. He's really good at stuff, as we do know. So he does have some of that. We get a couple of these bands right here. Have no idea what these bands are from. I'm sure they're from the episode. Once again, it's been 10 years since I've watched the Thundercats. I went through the entire series with my young daughter, Elle, when she was very small, like 3 or 4 years old. We watched every single episode. She was loving the Thundercats. I have not watched it since. So a lot of these little things like this, I have no memory of. We get 3 bands, 2 small ones, 1 big band. It is for what it is. And then we do get a little apple or a potato. What's a potato? Okay, if you say so. A red potato over here, Todd McFarlane. We just got one of these right here. He's going to take a bite out of it. Like a young McGruff. He's going to take a bite out of crime is what he's going to do. Now, we do get a second tail with him. Now, one thing I'm shocked we didn't get in here, and we did get it with Snarf, we do get that little flight stand there, so you can be kind of bouncing around. We did not get that with this one, but we do get 2 tails, and of course, a little bit of heat. You can switch the tails around if you want to. Very similar, but different at the same time, and the different is in the curl. So we got a little curl on this one, a little splayed out on this one. Choose your own tail adventure. Who thought we'd be there, but here we are today. I should grab out Snarf right there. We got Snarf going on. Really shocked we didn't get this whole piece right here. I really think they could have reused that, just painted it to match. A little disappointing if you ask me, but I guess we'll have both of them in our collection now. But Snarfer looking very interesting. Let's start with this head sculpt here. They always look old, and I think Snarfer is younger than Snarf, if I'm not mistaken on that one. But he looks like an old man with that big, bushy David the Gnome-like beard going on here. But he keeps his beard clean. That's better than you, Ace, on the floor down there. Always got mud and stuff. Always have to clean your beard. But looking nice and clean there. Got some happy eyes, some very loving eyes, and got some big old ears on him as well. Got the little pompadour up there in blonde hair color looking very good. Second head here is a little bit more flying. And I believe in that episode, didn't he like take control of like a plane or something? The Snarfer mobile, let's call it. So he is good at technology, is good at that kind of stuff. So he's really like a young Scrappy-Doo. And Scrappy-Doo, very controversial, as we do know. Very controversial. A lot of people hated Scrappy-Doo. They didn't like him budging in with the gang, but man, I ate it all up. I was all in on Scrappy-Doo. I felt Scooby as a little kid. Scooby was the older dog, but I could relate with that Scrappy-Doo. I was like the same age as him. I'm like, yeah, me and Scrappy, we'd get along real good. Scooby, good too, but man, I was all in on Scrappy. And I feel like Snarfer's got a little scrappiness to him, of course. But never forget the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo as well. That's a key show in the Scooby-Doo pantheon of shows, if you ask me. But I like this one. He's got that determined look on it. He's got the hat going on, protecting the ears. Looking very good on Snarfer here. I do like this one. Third, final head, a little depressed Snarfer. This is where they told him he couldn't hang out, and they probably yelled at him for being too little. Snarfer, you're too young, you're too little, and then he saved the day in this one. That's usually what goes on. Very similar head sculpt between this one, just a little bit more down in the dumps. So you like your Snarfer happy, you like him with a hat on, or do you like him down in the dumps? Choose your own Snarfer adventure. But now we're going to dive into old Snarfer himself. He's just a little guy. He is just a little guy. And this is like the size of an old school Happy Meal toy back in the day. It's really what it reminds me of. So once again, I can't justify that $55 price point. I just can't do it on this one. He feels like an accessory. He almost feels like something we'd have with Lion-O. Heck, make these two as a 2-pack, but I think this and Young Lion-O should have been in a package together, is what it is. But arms do go all the way around here. You do got a single jointed elbow, side to side. Hands removable, side to side. Head removable, side to side, back and forth. Waist, nope, no waist articulation. You got the legs up and down, back and forth. You got a single jointed knee. You get a little ankle movement there. No holes in the feet, so not going to fit on a stand. Then you do get the tail removable back and forth, side to side. So that is it. That's kind of the whole thing for him. You got the fur throughout. You got the open belly going on. He is barefoot. He's got those cat-like feet and hands. But there's not a lot to write home about for our friend Snarfer here. Cool idea, cool looking figure, but man, there's juice. Is it worth the squeeze? It's just not worth $55. However, if you're so deep in this line, you're a completist in the line, you got to pick up stuff like this because we're seeing it more and more. A lot of these Super 7 Ultimates, they come and they go. And Snarfer, if you miss it, you might be paying $80 for Snarfer, and that would just be an absolute tragedy to have to pay $80 for this. So $55, I'm going to just get it over with. I picked it up. But man, oh man, a very, very tough sell on this one here. But if you're a completist, it's the cross we bear. It's the cross we bear. But if between the two, of course, Snarfer's nice, but Snarf's the best. You got to have Snarf. There's no doubt about it. He's a must-have. And man, look how big Snarf is. I mean, he is bigger than Snarfer, too. That's one thing I didn't even call out. I mean, same price for these two. How do you even justify that? So, a very tough one to stomach. I know some people have a tough time stomaching a lot of Super 7 stuff. Maybe I stomach it a little better than some, maybe. But man, oh man, this is a tough pill to swallow. There's no doubt about it. But if you're a completist, you got to have him in the collection. So that's old Snarfer. What's your guys' thoughts? Snarfer for you? Have to imagine overwhelming majority of people watching this are saying hard pass, but I'd be interested to get your take in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. 2 channels of content every single day. Appreciate the support over there. Patreon for even more content for you to support the channel. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Snarfer and Snarf and the whole planet of Snarfs, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.